everybody? This is the Rock Lounge. This is episode, I think we're on 5 now. This is my podcast / internet talk show. This is my sizzle reel for when I get my late night talk show.
Yeah.
So when they say Kenny hosts a late night talk show, they'll watch all these episodes and see. And today I have on the show from the hit NBC sitcom, The Carmichael Show, Miss Tiffany Haddish and Mr. Lil Rel Howery. Howery?
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, I'm saying it right. And you play, what your character's name?
I
on the
play
show?
Nikisha.
Nikisha, and you play.
I play Bobby Carmichael.
And you guys are married, dating? What's the story?
This was confusing about it. She's my ex-wife, but then we not divorced. Because you just tore up the papers the last.
Yeah, we just legally separated.
Legally
It's some
separated.
real black shit. It's
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
real black people get divorced.
Yeah.
They just.
People talk about they divorced, but they ain't signed no papers and I went to
Yo,
court.
I got a friend that's not divorced, that's living with another chick. Because that's just some black shit. It's like he lives with another woman and his
Makes
wife
sense.
sees
That
the
comes
kids.
from slavery, you know.
Please embellish. Tell us.
Well, yeah, see, it comes from slavery. If you think about it, okay, you have your woman, right? Y'all get into it, the master. Like,
Wait,
look,
you're slave? You have a.
I'm
What am I, the slave or the master?
Well, I'm not putting you in.
No, I'm saying in this. How's this
So
work?
you basically, because I see where you're going with this. So you talking about it's slavery when they got married. And this because, guess what, there wasn't no judges or thing.
That's why they jumped the broom as a ritual.
Yeah, that was
Jumping the broom
that
was a
marriage.
slave ritual, right?
Yeah, so that's marriage. But then if you get into it with somebody on the campus, or you get into it with your husband or wife, whatever, and the master's like, I'm tired of y'all fighting.
Wait, on the campus?
Yeah.
No,
plantation.
the plantation. There's campus got books.
So do the plantation. Niggas
Not
can't
for
read
niggas.
them.
Not for
Niggas
niggas.
can't read them, but they
Nigga
got
better
them.
not
You
touch a
dusting
book.
them off.
A nigga better not touch a book.
You are the first person in history.
Yeah, please break this down. So
Talking
you,
about slavery
jump
and
a
called
broom,
it a
you get
campus.
married.
Yeah, so you just get married,
Right.
right? And then you get into it or whatever. The master's like, I can't take y'all fighting and all of this no more. I'm about to split y'all up, right? So, or a dude look good and he makes strong babies and he just push them on to the next bitch, to the next bitch, to the next. Now you gonna sleep in this cabin.
Oh, so
now you
he's
gonna sleep in
pimping
this
out
cabin.
his-
Yeah, he just selling that sperm. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You finna go to
Slave
this
book did you
plantation.
read?
I read a book called White Power, the
Nobody
White
got
Man's
no
Bible.
divorces back then like that.
Yes, they did. I read a book
In
called The White
slavery?
Man. Yes.
No, they
Yo,
didn't.
I
They didn't
love.
get divorces. They just split them up, man.
I love how this has started already.
Yeah.
This is the best intro we've ever had. Tiffany Haddish dropping Negro history on us.
Yes, drunk history, black style.
Okay, so today y'all just came from set. What are y'all shooting?
No.
Getting
No,
ready
we
for
go
rehearsal?
back again January 8th, so we're on hiatus and just working on other projects until we got to go back to NBC.
Okay. What
Back-
up? What,
back to campus.
you got something coming up? What's going on?
I just booked a movie today.
Oh, congratulations!
I can't, unless we.
You in that stage where you don't want to say anything.
Well,
but,
I guess I can't yet, but they sent the offer today. So.
okay.
So it was dope just to do the call back and then the director, producer run out there. Hey man, don't leave yet. You know you got it right. I'm like, oh, all right.
Dope. Congratulations.
That's how you do
Congratulations.
it.
Yeah.
I was
He-
all praying
he all
for
low key
it.
about it too. Like, I just booked the movie today. It's nah, you gotta shout that from the mountaintop, brother.
Man.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, you should
I
be.
be chilling. My brain always go to the.
As soon as he told me, I'm all happy and giddy, like I'm finna
Yeah.
get some of this check. Yeah! Oh, that's what's
Right.
up,
All
right?
right.
No, you gotta enjoy the whole ride.
But I always think about the next thing. Like I always literally my brain be because sometimes I think you know when you get stuff. I mean you know it. Sometimes you be like I got this.
right.
So you already not celebrated, but you're like, all right, this is cool. So now my brain be like, all right, what's the other things I want to do? What's the next thing?
Right.
So I automatically, if I get something, I'm thinking about the next thing.
right.
Like right away. It's
I'm
kind of
like that. I leave an audition and I feel like, yo, I got it. And then my dumb ass starts putting together like, okay, if I get this much an episode, I'm about to cop this. I'm gonna cop this. I'm buying this in 2 weeks and 3. And then they call like, well, they went with somebody else. And I'm like, shit, I had all that shit bought already in my mind. I already had the new car and the white girl and all that shit. And now I gotta go back to like, okay, it's not gonna happen.
You go to your Amazon cart and take everything off.
I start putting stuff in the cart. I put stuff in the cart. I just don't pay for it yet until I get the call. Then I gotta unload that fucking cart.
You turn all that
funny.
stuff into your wish list. Or
Man,
something.
man. I had an audition yesterday and I left like, yo, I think I got that shit. And I didn't get a call. I was like, okay, maybe they'll call me today. And I didn't hear anything. I'm like, fuck, yo, I thought I had that. I thought that shit was fucking all
That's what
net.
made it weird about him doing that. Because I like the space of that sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't want to, especially depending on what you was doing. Like even the scene I was doing today, it was just like one of those emotional scenes. So I was trying to get time to myself, and he just
Right.
come out and I'm like, God damn, you know. So it's like, what's up? You know, man, you know, you got it. I'm finna in the office here. I'm like, oh, cool. All right.
Dope.
I'm super happy
Dope.
for you, though. I knew that was gonna happen.
Tiffany be so.
When I was on, when I was on All of Us, that shit kind of happened weird like that. My last callback, I go, and it's me and a white guy in the hallway, and I'm thinking, okay, damn, it's me and him. We the last two for the part I was reading for, and Will comes out. Will Smith comes out, and he's in the hallway like, yo, you early, you good, you nervous? And I'm like, yeah, you know, kind of nervous. And he's like, well, you don't need to be nervous. You're the only motherfucker I brought back for this part. So you would have to really fuck this up to not get it. And I was like, okay, now I'm nervous, you know. But it was pretty much he came in the hallway like, nigga, you the only one we brought back to this part. So it was like, oh shit, let's go in and do your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool when it happens in a weird way, like
It's
that you
so
didn't
many-
anticipate.
That's how Tiff got Nikisha. Nikisha was somebody else was Nikisha.
Okay, so I gotta go back because I've known you for years. Like I didn't meet you till you moved to LA, but I've known you for years. Your story, man, is bananas. Like you literally started from the bottom. Now we here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still in the middle.
But
in my
you
mind.
know right. As you should always think there's a whole other level to go to.
Right.
But I want you to talk a little bit about where you started. I know it's like you started foster care, doing the
Laugh Factory
Saturday
comedy
show.
show,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the floor is yours.
Yeah, so started in a foster care program, yay, for people paying tax dollars. And that's what got me here today. I was in the Laugh Factory comedy camp, and then I got emancipated from the foster care program. Still did comedy a little bit, but not really because I needed to find a place to live.
So when you
and
got
all that stuff.
emancipated, you're on your own.
I was homeless. I was homeless than a motherfucker.
They just
Like,
let you out. They just go, you're free to go.
They basically was like, we're not paying for you anymore. And then my grandma, she had custody. I mean, she was like, if I ain't getting a check for you, you got to go. And I got accepted into NYU, but here's the thing. I didn't know how I was going to pay $40,000 a semester. I didn't know how I was going to pay for that. And so I was like, I'm going to just go to Santa Monica Community College. Right. I'm going to tell jokes on the side.
Stripping wasn't as popular at the time.
I couldn't really strip because I didn't have no titties, no hips, barely had coochie hair. You know what I'm saying? Like my puberty didn't really kick in.
Okay.
So it wasn't really going to be cool for me. Sorry.
No coochie hair, no strip club.
Well,
oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyways.
You
I
wrong.
wasn't.
That got to be what you looking for to see
Coochie
that.
hair. Like, hey, I got a table at Coochie hair.
So then, cut to, I'm working at an airline. I get really depressed. The therapist is like, what makes you happy? I'm like, seeing people smile and hearing laughter always makes me feel good. She's like, well, why don't you do comedy as a hobby? And I was like, yeah, I should do that. So I started doing it as a hobby and like actually start booking gigs. Came back to the Laugh Factory. Jamie's like, where you been, buddy? I've been wondering where you were. Trying to call you, can't get a hold of you. Right. And so then he let me start hosting and stuff. And that's when we met. Right. And I was real brand new, still learning a lot. And then all I wanted was to just make enough money to just be able to have a roof over my head. Right. And like so many times I was homeless and so many times I could have compromised who I was. I could have just easily I remember Corey Holcomb used to be like, why don't you just fuck somebody and get a roof? Like you can just get pregnant by somebody rich. Why you being stupid? Get that coochie out there. Like, right. Like I don't want to be that chick though. I don't want to look back at myself 20 years from now and be like, damn, this is all just because of my pussy. Right. Not because of what's in between my skull. Like I want to use my brain. So I just kept working really hard, just persevering, building relationships and stuff, and being kind. And, a lot of people shit on me from time to time, but I just say, you know what? Hey, that's what foster care got me, people
right.
shit on me
all the time.
It prepared me for this Hollywood shit, being rejected and being like, oh, they want me. Not really. We're going to send you to the next home. And that's just like Hollywood. So I'm just like always super grateful and thankful that I even got to have that experience and that I even look at it the way that I do because I know a lot of people don't look at the system that way, but it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. And so I thanks my mom and dad for not being shit. Thank you guys.
Okay, so you're doing...
So then I'm still doing stand-up. I meet Rel doing Who's Got Jokes like 10 years ago. And then we would stay friends. And all the time we would talk on the phone like, man, one day we going to have a show together. One day we going to do this together. Wow. Like just manifesting it. Like, oh, you going to be my TV brother. You going to be my TV wife, TV husband. Like whatever. I don't care as long as we on the same show. As long as we working together. Right. Doing something. And always I would be encouraging him. He was always encouraging me.
I stayed at her career. But every time I came out, when I first used to come out here to audition and just showcase for stuff, I sleep on her couch.
And you brought the roof from Chicago.
Brought a roof. No, by that time she
Oh, you had a roof by that time. Okay, okay.
Okay. I was on my shit by
the
then.
roof.
Yeah.
I learned how to just fuck with dope dealers. And then that way, you know,
Always have a roof.
Yeah, always have a
Oodles and
roof.
noodles, yes.
And you know, they would go to jail. There, nobody would believe that they fucked me when I go. You know, they be like, "Yeah, I fucked her." They be like, "Nigga, no, you didn't." Like, you was a dope dealer. She would never fuck with you. Like, so yeah. Anyways, shout out to all my boys in jail. So what? So then you booked the Carmichael show.
Right.
I see Gerard's special. He tells me he books the Carmichael show. I'm super excited and happy for him. I was like, dang, I wish I could have went in, but I was kind of tied into a Tyler Perry contract working with them. And then...
well, I had a conversation with Gerard about it.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? You ain't had Tiff come in for nothing? And because Nikisha wasn't even written in that yet.
Okay, so there wasn't no Nikisha.
Gerard would just... Man, that's why you gotta watch what you tell this dude. So I was having a conversation with him about some personal shit. And next thing you know, it was an ex-wife in there. Like, what the fuck, man? And
he's one of those guys that absorbs the conversation.
Yeah. It was like, but it was smart
right.
to add that. And Tiff came in.
It gave you something to work with on the show.
Oh yeah, but he casted Nikisha. It was a girl. He was thinking. He thought about being his girlfriend. She was the second, I think, like next in run he liked a lot before he gave it to Amber. So he automatically just gave her Nikisha. And then she was doing...
Oh, the girl that didn't get the lead girl spot, he gave Nikisha.
Right.
Okay.
So she had it, but she was doing a play. And we needed somebody to come in to read with us.
And 2 weeks before that, I had basically cussed Gerard out.
He told me that.
Well, we go back up. What happened with that?
You know what Tiffany, dude? I almost like, why would you... What the fuck?
Give me the story. What happened?
So I walked up to Gerard at Inside Jokes, and I was just like, hey, Gerard, how you doing? I'm so proud of you. I saw your special. Good job. And congratulations on the TV show. I'm so proud of you. And you know I've been knowing you for a while, but you know what? I'm real mad at you. You very disrespectful for not calling me in to audition or nothing. How you gonna do me like that? That's super fucked up. I thought we was cool. I thought you liked me, but if you need help with anything, let me know. I'm here to be of service with anything. You need somebody to help you run lines, a stand-in, whatever. I'm unemployed right now, so I'm here to be of service.
He was like, man... He said Tiffany cursed me out. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I saw Tiffany last night. She fucking snapped on me. I felt terrible. And when I guess when they was looking for somebody to fill in the read, she came in and fucking murdered that shit. It was just natural chemistry. Loretta, David, and she. So I guess she was almost supposed to be for the first table read. Like, well, can you come back again?
Yeah.
So they brought you in just for table read.
Yeah,
like,
I just came in to do the network table read, and we did that, and then I thought that was gonna be it. I didn't even ask for no money or nothing. I wasn't even thinking.
You didn't think it was gonna give you a part?
I didn't think they would give me nothing. I just thought that because I do that shit all the time.
That's
like the nature of my beast. Like
I did that shit one time. I table read for Think Like a Man. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the room and the suits are on that side of the table, and every time I drop a line, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna give me this shit. They're gonna give me this shit.
I used to think that at first.
Nope.
7 years ago, that's how I used to think. Now I just think I'm just here to help out. And this is not guaranteed to me. I think of it like a foster home. Like, I'm just here to clean toilets and get a place to sleep for the night.
So foster care really prepared you for Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm just here to help out, cook a meal here too, and get a place to sleep and get the fuck out in the daytime and be back to sleep. Like, I just thought that's how I think of work. Anyways, it's just this is temporary. I gotta constantly be ready, prepare myself, stay in acting classes, stay on, like, do improv and shit like that, just to be ready for the next thing. Because they might let me go at any moment. You know, this doesn't say Tiffany Haddish, whatever. So this, I don't know. You know,
she was killing that shit though.
So they brought you in for table read, brought you in for another table read, and just was like,
and then brought me in to help for rehearsals because she was still doing the play, and then I left. Then that was it. She came back. And it was weird. Like, you know, and David and Loretta so they say whatever they want. And I was over there kissing their ass. It was just like, I miss Tiffany. She's fun. Because you did bring, we all kind of, not chill, but you bring a crazy, it's just like you fit in perfect with whatever we all of us are. Yeah, everybody.
And Shorty was chill too, but she wasn't like, you Tiffany. So... everybody missed you, and it was so crazy. You was auditioning for
I was across the hall.
Audition for Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson for the part Megan Good got. So I got my hair done, makeup on, blah blah, body like ta ta ta. I got my Spanx on, booty like and I'm walking over there and I'm like trying to act like I want to see Rel. Rel, where the kids at? The kids making Rel? And it's just want everybody to see me looking cute.
But everybody was ecstatic to see her.
Just to see her.
Production people, everybody like, oh, dude. And I was like, and it was a tough call because I remember rapping with Gerard about it. Because it's opportunity for everybody, man.
Right.
I mean? Yeah, you don't want to.
But it's undeniable. Like the way you're saying it, it's undeniable. There's no knock on whoever the girl is, but
it was no knock.
You just
Tiff.
You brought that thing.
Tiff they was getting hair to make her look like Tiff.
Wow.
That's how much she brought it. So it was.
My shit changed every 2 weeks. So.
It was, and then you called me.
I called you like 30 minutes, an hour later, because they called me and said, "Do you want the job?" And I was like, yeah. The phone with Tim and I called Rel, they just offered me the job.
Dope.
What the hell?
That's a great story, man. I think I was telling the Laugh Factory people, Jamie, Iko, and them. I said I wanted to talk to both of y'all together because y'all are both on the show together. Y'all play a couple together, and just as comics, I think you just have so much to say on stage. I think you haven't even tapped into that to that thing that's going to be your launching point because you're a female, young black female that's like I said, from the bottom to the top, in the middle, from the bottom to progressive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people just need to hear your story and see that, she came from like
nothing.
The scrap, you know what I mean? And it's like, she's beautiful and funny and talented and just like you said, the energy you brought.
Bro, I've never seen
and you
nobody
bring at the Laugh Factory is
work like her, bro. Like I gravitated to Tiff, and that's why we became good friends over the years. I just never seen somebody so ambitious. She was read through all these scripts and
barely could read.
I think
barely could read.
Once you grasp that, man, like
what was that? What was that kind?
And could squeeze that juice into wine. You're gonna be a force.
You know how
man.
much you want? She couldn't. I mean, this is just being real.
Remember that shit?
She couldn't read that good. So she'd be reading all this stuff. And you be like, damn, all right. You better memorize this shit. But that's why that you say that.
I could not read.
But
okay, so maybe you're not an inspiration.
This what makes her great though. I literally saw her figure that shit out because I don't necessarily think it was always about that you couldn't read.
I had a disability.
Yeah, it was like some people that can't read in front of a class.
You know what's funny? We doing the new material show tonight, and I wrote a joke about people that can't read, but I digress. Go ahead.
But that's real though. Like some people can't do it in front of.
Right, the pressure.
It's another that's some shit that happened early, yo. You gotta be, It's
like those people that stutter. Like when they sing perfectly. To have a conversation, and then the music come on. It's like on a perfect day. It's like, yo, how the fuck you do that?
Oh my
that's
God.
Me.
That's Johnny.
Oh my God. Wait, so that's hilarious, man.
That's me.
So I've seen her work. Like I stepped my game up. Every time I stayed out in LA, like, man, I ain't going hard. You see that little Geo Metro?
You played to the level. You played to the level of the competition.
She was. And
it's not competition.
Well, look,
no. I didn't. But I mean, in a basketball sense, when you play basketball with guys that suck, you kind of your game's
you're
like
a female in this.
But when you play with cats that could really ball, you step your game up. So I'm not saying y'all in competition, but when you're around better people,
best.
you're like,
you raise up to the leg, come step up to the occasion.
It's sink or swim,
It's a tough business for women in this, and in comedy, it really is. And if we want to admit to it or not, they do have to work 10 times harder than us.
Right.
And I saw her do that, and I was like, damn, she is a workaholic. This is gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so you gravitate to friends like that.
Make me cry.
So your story is you was in Chicago, you were beasted in Chicago. I actually heard your name before I even met you. Like, there were jokes and notes. People were like, yo, okay, so who's the cat there? And they're like, Ray Grady does his thing there, and Dion comes back to from LA and does his thing, and the lady's name was Mary that books it and this and that. And you got to see Lil Rel. Let's do. I'm like, Lil Rel, okay, Lil Rel. I'm thinking a little tiny dude, And then you came to LA. You came to Chocolate Sunday one time, and I was like, oh, that's the cat I heard about from Chicago.
Yeah,
and then you was out here, and then it was, like the dudes all over the place.
Well, it was a dope. I don't know. I made sure I became, because it was a time where Chicago, it was like 3, 4, 5 years straight where I went crazy hard. Like once D-Ray and Corey and Dia and all those guys kind of gravitated, it was just a space open, especially after D-Ray left. D-Ray,
they left a void in Chicago
man, he
comedy.
was dominating it though. And it wasn't just from stage. It was self-promoting and being out of the club and knowing everybody and doing all this dope stuff. And I saw the void, and I came up under D-Ray. You know, most people don't know that.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
15 years now.
Okay. All right, so you're not like the new Jack.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. I just started early. I started comedy when I had nothing to lose.
Right.
I didn't need money for real. I had no responsibility and shit. It was a perfect time. I mean, you hope everybody could start young, but it was dope to start young. I didn't have this is all I had. Right. All my money I've ever made is because of comedy.
Nice.
Straight up. So all comedy has been a part of my life fully, but it was just learning to dominate Chicago first. So when all the TV people started coming to showcase in Chicago, I got standing O's as they brought me up. And they were like, who the hell is this?
Right.
Because I figured out a way it was a void left to dominate it and bring out people that don't regularly come to comedy shows. And that was something I saw D-Ray do. D-Ray was one of the best self-promoters I've ever seen. I don't think, even though I worked hard, I still never did all the shit that he did. He was standing, like, people be coming off the work off the trains. Even though the show is sold out every week, still every week doing that. And I'm like, man, and then started flying himself out here and flying back to Chicago for the show.
Right.
I'm like, man, but he made a bunch of money too. I mean, that dude was getting it in. But he set the blueprint to me for
create your own. Yeah.
You got to create your own lane. Because if you try to wait on people to put you, it don't work like that.
Absolutely.
And honestly, they stop at the wise, especially at the crib, you know. And there's no disrespect. It's like they say, "All right, bro, you ripping now. All right, well, do your thing."
Right. So you got to a point. You got to a point in Chicago where you decided, like, okay, now it's time to spread my wings.
I did that. It was. I mean, this is really a true story. It was like one night at a comedy club, and a bunch of people wanted me to go up, and a veteran cop was like, "Nah, you ain't going up tonight." I'm like, "Dude, it's a bunch of people want me to go up." No, you ain't going up. It's my motherfucking show, you know, type of thing. I'm like, well, fuck your show, you know. It was one of those things when you get into it. Like, I'm
the guy. Who's the guy?
He said, who's the guy?
George.
No, it wasn't George, though. But because I have moments with a couple guys, and we squashed it. We've had...
No, let me say something.
Let me say... But
we've had this, on this show, Guy Tori told me about his beef with Royale Watkins. I told him about my problem with talent. We put it out there. Lester Barry did the shit out of me when I first moved to LA.
Lester Barry? That motherfucker
did the shit out of me when I moved to LA.
I've said so much stuff in the past.
Who's the guy?
It ain't one. It was a collective.
Okay, well, when you think about being shit on in Chicago,
it wasn't
there got to be
necessarily
one
shit
name.
on it.
There got to be a name that comes to mind.
Nah. It's because it's squashed that. I can't do it. I don't have the same fucking bit. Like, y'all gotta understand something. I've had like heart-to-heart sit-downs with these dudes. Like, hey, man, that was fucked up what you did. I didn't appreciate it. And then you understand why they felt that way. Like, okay, I get it. Which
I'm gonna let
what you get about Chicago, it's a tight fraternity.
I'm gonna let you off the hook.
That's happened with all of us where we had these moments where we had these very sincere, honest conversations. There's always like an OG who sit everybody down. And I'm talking about, this is me sitting down with Leon Rogers, George Wilburn, D-Ray. I've sat down with all those guys, you know, especially when I started doing my thing, I wanted to understand that I wasn't trying to disrespect anybody. I just wanted to create my own space, you know. So if it came off that way, I came off cocky or whatever, that wasn't me. I got nothing but love for y'all. I got nothing but respect. And I think, and this is what I love about what's happening now. Like, I was talking to Corey Holcomb, and, you know, Corey, man, fuck, dog, that type of shit.
One of my favorites.
But set me down was like, man, you know, you're able to do you can do more than all of us did. You got to take advantage of it this way. And he didn't have to do that. And they've all done that. And which is make Chicago what it is, I think. It's a very competitive place. Like, when I think about when I first started and being in awe of like, man, I got to go up in this damn show and all these niggas is ripping and nobody sounded like. And it was crazy. It was a weird time where you had D-Ray on the show, Corey, Damon Williams, B. Cole, and, you know, it was ripped, like destroying this place.
Right.
And this new dude going up and they saying that, Lil Rel. Like, And I had no facial at the time. I was little as shit. I'll never forget, man. Like, I remember I bombed the David show. And because I did one of his jokes. And I didn't even know.
Did you know it was a joke?
I think unconsciously I didn't. I saw him do it on Comic View enough where to the point, if you keep retelling somebody's joke and you never did comedy before,
Right.
you just tell them what you
get
think.
to an empty space.
Right.
You just, yeah.
So I did it. And I remember him checking me about it. This lady was heckling me. And I look like I'm fucking 12. I'm like, bitch, who you talking to? You know, you can't call no... I look like a kid calls me like bitch, and then DJ Dollar Bill is like one of my good friends today, but I hated him at the time. While I'm up there, Damon starts sitting next to the stage. He started playing Someone Please Call 911. And it's one of those moments you standing like, and I ain't leave. I just sat there and just chilled the fuck out. And my boy Michi, who's one of my good friends to this day, came over there hollered at me like, hey man, like you. Because I was doing my comedy in front of a white crowd first. So it was just different.
Right.
He's like, man, these ain't the white people, man. These niggas don't care. You know what I mean? You got to rip. I don't know what that shit you was doing.
Right.
So why the female comics from Chicago so damn ruthless and mean and nasty?
Not all of them. I don't think everybody like that.
A lot of female comics come out of Chicago be mean and nasty.
I don't.
At first. They be mean to me anyways.
I don't think...
Look, you looking like you don't even know any female comics.
No, from Chicago, I know Niche.
Niche is great.
Niche is dope. I saw Niche last week when I was in Chicago.
Niche
I
is
ran into
great.
you.
That's
Niche
what you can't base that off.
I'm just basing off of the ones that they
Because I mean,
try to come from my head.
Yeah, but that's what at the end of the day.
And I'm like, why are you doing that? I like you. I think you're funny.
Yeah, the maturity part of this shit is we all want the same shit, right? Mm-hmm. You got a bunch of motherfuckers who want the same shit.
But I don't think you have to necessarily look at it like we're all going for the same thing.
Well,
like,
I mean, we all want to do well. You all want stage because it's levels to it. When you first start out, everybody want to go on stage. Now it's competition just to do 5 fucking minutes, right? Just to open and do the show. So you go. It's just levels of it. And I think once you say, okay, I get why this motherfucker might be that, because everybody can't handle the shit. That's why everybody ain't doing their motherfucking thing. Because it takes it's a mental thing.
I think it's more so
in
I hate to use this phrase, but it's more so in the black rooms. And I hate to even say black rooms because I'm a firm believer in funny is funny.
Yeah.
Like when I write a joke, I'm not writing it like this is gonna make black people laugh or this is gonna make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? I think when people are closed-minded about stand-up and they think I can only perform in a black room, then it gets real competitive because they know they can't go over there. So this is their only place to perform. Whereas another comic like you or myself, I could go anywhere you want me to go. I can go to Asian night, I can go to Mexican night, I can go to whatever. The theme night, though, I also hate theme nights as well.
Funny.
It's still going to be funny, you know?
That's what's so... I guess that's still one of the things that annoy me. If I go places and I see comics that I respect who change their voice or do this.
Oh, it's a couple of guys that I bring on the road with me sometimes.
I can't deal with that, man.
I would bring certain comics to feature, and, if they look out and see the room is a little whiter than they normally, are used to, it gets real coony. That act gets real, y'all looking at me like, who this black dude? And it's like, okay. Then when it's more women, it's bitches be like, it's like, come on, man, just tell your jokes. Just bam, trust your jokes. Trust your own brain that you wrote something good enough for people of all colors and ethnicities to like it. I never change. Only time I change my stuff up is city to city. I'm in Philly. Philly's a harder, rougher town. I go here. LA's more laid back, sunny every day. But I don't go for it's blacker, I got to do black now. It's whiter, I got to go, hey, what's up? How you guys ever notice how? No, you're going to get the same jokes. You're just going to get it, different swag to it, a different sauce to it, you know what I mean?
I give a different energy.
Right.
Yeah, I might turn up a little more than I would.
And it's always more to learn when you perform in different rooms. Like, I sit and watch, the show, Saturday, 8 o'clock show here at the Laugh Factory. It's just, okay, this is different. I learn bits and pieces that I didn't necessarily, okay, I see what you're doing. Then Chocolate Sunday is, that's a different animal, you know what I mean? Like Dave Chappelle always said, you can learn more watching bad comedy than you can watch good comedy.
Yep.
So I come in here sometimes on Tuesday and I watch open mic, just like,
damn,
this dude had no grasp of what he was doing. He didn't have an idea as to what he was doing. And then you see somebody that's an open micer, they third time ever on stage, and you go, he has an idea of what he wants to do. He has the clay, he just got to get it to, And it's just always a learning experience. You never stop learning. You never, ever stop learning.
That's what I love about this shit. I mean, you can keep learning. I think even as you grow in comedy, I think not my idols changed, but I started looking up to different people at different times in my career.
Right.
First start, I mean, biggest person with Eddie Murphy at first, but then I fell in love with Robin Williams because I love the way he acted in movies and stuff. Like his characters had heart, and that's something I'm really big on now, which is why I'm, thankful for my agents and stuff giving me opportunity because I can't wait to show my acting chops more than anything.
Right.
And then JB Smoove became somebody I just idolized for like 5 years straight. And to me, that was one of the
JB
funniest.
just funny, man. He just
God,
conversation
it's
funny
just
on
painting
the
a
phone.
picture. It's
talking. Just
Jesus
on
Christ.
the telephone. You just see him, just his mannerisms. Every time I've ever talked to JB, I was like,
the first nicest people of headliners I ever met was him.
JB?
Like the buses stopped running one day, and I took him out Chicago. I even had to wait to get back home. Yo, man, come on, you can sit on the floor. And this is when he was working at SNL at the time. He was writing over there, and he was just, telling me about sketches and stuff. Man, I'm gonna get it, man. I gotta get it. Stay focused a little bit. Just have fun.
Yeah.
And this was so much advice. I'm laughing.
That's another thing. It's a beautiful thing to see where JB is now because when he was writing for SNL, I could be wrong, but I think they didn't even look at him like he could be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
The way he talks is different.
Yeah.
The way he looks is absolutely different. I don't think they ever looked at him like, nah, he can't be in front of the camera. He'll just write.
Yeah,
and then it just kept going and going.
It's some people you be insanely happy to see them.
Absolutely.
Because he's always ripped the stage. He always had respect for everybody. He's never.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest people. And then him and his wife, you want to do when he fell in love and got married for real and you meet her, you're like, I hope she's a good person. I mean, just being real.
Please don't let her be a bitch, please.
And she's just as amazing.
Yeah.
So I've known him. I was joking with them a little while ago. He was like, man, I remember you ain't had no goddamn kids. You was a fucking baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to know somebody that's known you that long and to see, they'll call me together right away. Like I remember I did last comic standing, and when I got my red envelope, I was teared up when they showed that. This nigga come, you goddamn crybaby. Motherfucker crying on NBC. And I crying on NBC. Goddamn, you crying. I'm proud of you, but you're a crybaby. Goddamn crybaby. That's the first thing he said when I picked up the phone. And but that's not. Some people deserve their success even more because they good people.
Yeah.
Right.
So I saw Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is one of my favorite shows.
I didn't even know he was on. I'm watching it and oh shit, JB's on. Like it came out of nowhere.
Man, just some home runs. That's why you gotta be patient, man. We don't know what's gonna be the home run. You just gotta keep.
That's why I
man.
tell people all the time. I do interviews. What's your big break? Your whole career is a succession of big breaks.
Yep.
When I first got into the Laugh Factory, that was a big ass break for where I was. Mm-hmm. When I first went on the road, that was a big break. When I first started auditioning, that was a big break. Mm-hmm. Your whole career is big break after big break after big break. There is no big break. It's just break. They all come at that time where you thinking, fuck man, I need something, or I thought I did good, or boom, big break.
When I own 15 properties, that will be my big break. When I'm the landlord.
You want to go into
the lord of the land.
You want to own real estate.
I want to do that, and I want to own production companies, and I want to produce big movies and direct.
She about to produce her own special.
Yeah.
Which I think.
Where you doing it? Where you doing it?
I want to do it at the Nate Holden Theater.
That's Compton.
No.
South Central, where's that at?
That's off of Washington and La Brea. It's hood adjacent.
Okay, it's hood. Okay.
Hood adjacent.
I heard of it. I'm like, that sounds good. Yeah.
It's about 300 seats. It's hood adjacent.
Oh, that's a nice size.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll do Laugh Factory.
No. If it don't work out. No, if it don't work out. Yeah. When you plan on doing it, you know.
Well, I want to do it in like 2 weeks, but I don't know if that's going to be.
Why you want to do it so soon?
Because I really always dreamed of my very first 1 hour special being on my birthday. Like, that's my birthday gift to me.
So funny. I did the same thing.
But you know you're going to have another birthday next year.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
I hope so.
But this is what I was going to say, too.
These niggas be wanting to kill me. Tony, they want to kill me, Tony.
Wait, go ahead.
I tried to do it, because that was my mindset. I wanted to do my special on my birthday last year. And
Sagittarius thing.
And it didn't work out like that, because Kevin's schedule was crazy.
Wait, hold on. I want to get into that. I want you to talk about how that whole thing came about. Like,
how did that come up?
So when I started talking to my agents and stuff about a special, I'm at 3 Arts, I was like, okay, well, what I want to do is I want to be presented by somebody. So I reached out to Sid the Entertainer and Russell Peters, and both of them said they'll do it. So when I brought it to my agents, I talked to Sid and Russell, and they already down to saying, whatever. And because I always think it's dope to get a stamp from like these.
Absolutely.
It helps, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And they were like, "What you think about Kevin doing?" And I was like, "Well, you could ask him."
So you didn't have a working relationship with Kevin?
Me and Kevin, we're friends, right? We've known each other, and I've worked with Kevin a bunch of times. But I didn't think about. Well, I ain't gonna say I ain't think about it. It's like I've only had. I've had those sincere, but the sincere conversations I've had was with Sid and Russ.
Okay,
like I've said and smoked cigars with Sid. It was like,
Okay,
man, I think this is what I want to do, and he was legitimately excited about it.
Right.
Or with Russell, you know, because I've been on the road with them. You know what I mean? So
right.
we got a chance to rap about it. And Kev, when somebody had thought about it, I'm like, that'd be interesting. So when Berkowitz, we got the same manager, went to Kev like, yo, would you be interested in producing? Like, yeah, I'm interested in producing Lil Rel special. Da, da, da. So he hit me up like, yo, I'll be honored to do it. I'm like, man, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? It's like, love my big brothers, but let's do it with Kev. And one thing I respect about Kev is I had a vision for everything, and you know, it's tough sometimes when somebody else is producing stuff. You know, to get your vision. But everything wasn't easy. Some things like when I wanted Royale to direct it, it was between Royale and Chris Spencer, and I remember having to fight for them. And I'm like, Kevin, you know these dudes. What the fuck? Be on my side on this, bro. But it's because there wasn't known directors. Right. But I've seen other specials, and I'm like, I don't want these other niggas touching my special. So it was like, let me get people, number one, comics, because I thought about Robert Townsend and Keen Ivory Wayans, and they did
rock. You wanted the comic eye.
Yeah, they got a different eye, and they know your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, they ain't coming to one show to be like, oh, okay, I get it. I need somebody that's after shows sitting hollering at me, hey, Rel, you should add this or do that, because they know what my stuff is. So Chris said yes to it at first, but they needed a booking, like some CBS pilot or something. So then I'm like, let me call Royale. And to be honest with you, Royale was always my first choice, and I was just nervous about it. I'm like, man, I got probably fight crazy hard about this. Because, you know, Chris is doing Real Hustle, so, you know.
Right.
But Royale did the Central Comedy All-Stars, and I honestly felt like I owed him, and I put that in my mind. He got me on Central Comedy All-Stars, and BET and Central didn't want me on the show.
Oh, wow.
So he had to put up his own money to put me on the show. He paid for that, my flight and my hotel, and paid me out of his pocket.
Good dude. Royale's my mentor.
And I ended up doing my thing. That's when they all like, oh, that was a good move. Like, I told you.
You got to show him.
But I said this. I remembered that and said, hey, man. And I said it to him, actually. I was like, man, I get a special or something. I gotta. You going to direct it, man. And I don't even know how serious I was about saying that. And once I got the opportunity, and there was a lot of back and forth about it, and then I called Kev, like, yo, bruh, trust me, man. Like, I ain't gonna let nobody. This is my shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, let Royale do it. He like, all right, cool. And they approved Royale and Rich, his partner. And man, it turned out to be just dope.
Can I tell you, my brother? You know my brother Jordan? You met Jordan?
Yeah.
My brother fucks with your special.
That's my dude, man.
Hard. No, listen, man. I go to New York. I check in my hotel. I'm subletting my apartment. So I got to check into a hotel. I go to Brooklyn. I go to Jordan's crib. That motherfucker's on the couch.
Yeah.
Like Lil Rel. Yo, watch this part. Yo. He tells his son, yo, keep my name out your fucking mouth. Yo, this shit's crazy, yo. 2 days later, I'm like, yo, I'm coming to Brooklyn, y'all. I'll be at your crib in a second. Come in. Yo, look at this part right here. I'm like, yo, he fucks with your special, man.
Jordan is it's so funny, man. Like, he's like, I love his energy, man. And he's really funny and he's cool.
Yeah.
He cracks with the. I mean, we was at some day party, and just watching him be Jordan is just fucking funny at a party. He just got hyped out of nowhere.
He's a cool cat.
I remember when he was like 17 and I was hanging out with him. I was like, boy, you should not be up in here. He's
a cool
your
kid,
young,
man.
fine ass.
He's a cool
You better
kid.
get up out of here before you get pregnant up in this motherfucker. He's like, Tiffany, shut up. Give me your phone number, boy.
Do that mess y'all up? Like, because that's like your little brother. And then y'all see him doing his thing. Like, do it be like, oh, that's his.
Nah, I take him on the road with me.
That's what I mean. Do it be like, do you feel like proud big brother? Like, oh,
Nah,
man.
I sit in the back like, yo, I used to change this little nigga's diaper, and now his brain is functioning on all cylinders. Like, he write a bit, and I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy. Like, this little nigga came up with that. You know what I mean? It make me feel good, man. It make me feel good to see him, to see Chris, see Sherrod. You know, Sherrod's my cousin. Sherrod Small.
That's your cousin?
That's my man. That's my best friend in the whole fucking world.
And that's one of my favorite people too. Sherrod.
Yeah, that's my. I feel happy to see them all doing their thing. So special. for your birthday?
The last
in
black
2 weeks?
unicorn.
In 2 weeks or next year?
It'll probably be next year. I mean, it'll probably happen like, January or something.
But
It
this
probably won't
but
happen
this
on
is
my birthday, but
I was offered Montreal Comedy Festival in like 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my manager, if I wait a year and do it in 2002, I'll be a year funnier.
Yeah.
So there won't even, I said, if I wait a year, it won't even be a question of whether or not I'm going to get it.
Right.
This year, if I audition for it, it's going to be like, if you give me another year, it won't be a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited a year and got it.
That's so hilarious.
So I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Because if you trying to rush it for 2 weeks, you don't want to rush your masterpiece.
Yeah.
Especially when you want the
funnier,
theater.
Yeah.
The show will be on
Yes.
again, another season of the show. You have motherfuckers like, yo, we can't wait for this fucking special.
Yeah.
And see,
You know what I'm
Tony,
saying?
and that's what I was
I've
saying.
been harassed for the last 7 years.
Let
about
them
it.
harass
And
you.
they've been harassing
Let them
me.
harass you.
Chill.
And then, it's funny that you mentioned Montreal because I used to want to audition all the time and then they wouldn't let me. And then one year I snuck into the auditions because I got Jamie to let me host it.
You
And then they let me do it, and then I wanted to do it again. And they was like, we don't know. And then they let me do it again. They let me do the Naughty Show. Then last year I was supposed to do the Naughty Show. And all
look,
this
you
other
got
stuff.
another season of the show
And I
coming.
couldn't do it because I was working on the Carmichael
You got
show.
another season of the show coming. They're gonna
Yeah.
offer you
promise
your
you.
own show.
Yeah,
in
they
Montreal.
just offered
Yeah.
me Montreal again. Like I didn't have to audition. They offering it now. Like
It's gonna,
I'm so
it's gonna
surprised
make
that
sense,
they
Tiff.
give it to I never been. It's like it's so wonderful this whole experience because it's like, the more work you put in, the more people try to give you. And I've never.
It's like when you're famous, they give you free clothes.
Yeah, I never.
He was broke and needed the free clothes. Nobody would give. Like,
I got too many clothes now, you guys.
Yes.
My closet is full. But like they're giving me things, and it's like, whoa, like it's the most wonderful gift in the world. Like I really appreciate every time somebody's like, hey, you want to open up for me? Yes, I would love to. Like, no,
Yeah.
like, what you want to open up for this motherfucker? Like you've been doing this longer than him. You funnier than him. I don't give a fuck. He asked me. Like, to me, it's like the biggest honor in the world just for somebody to say, hey, I really like what you do. Can you do that? Can you want to do this sketch? I'm like, oh shit. Well, what does it pay? Nothing. Ooh, okay. Well, let me see what my schedule doing. If I'm not getting paid nothing from nowhere else, then I'm gonna do your shit for free too. Like, it's just like I just be so honored when somebody asks me.
You gotta enjoy it, man.
Like every moment, everything. Like somebody called me, you call me like, hey, you want to go eat? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go eat. I'm excited all the time. Like I celebrate all
That's
the
how
little
you
things.
look. Joe Claire told me one time. Joe Claire, shout out to Cleasy.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, man, enjoy every fucking second of this
Yeah.
shit, man. Like, even the down times is
Yeah.
better than the motherfucker that's sitting in a jail cell or digging
Yeah.
a ditch or shoveling shit. It's
That's
like, yo,
real.
even the downtime, you're like, yo.
When you send me a
I'm
text
enjoying
message to
this
come
shit.
to your party, I'm like, oh shit, look, Tony sent me a message to go to this party. Nigga. Like, I'm telling all the bitches in the hood, bitch, I got the Tony Ryan party.
All the bitches in the hood was like, bitch, we got one too. We got to text her. They was like,
Like,
bitch, we got one too, bitch. Tony texted me yesterday, bitch.
And
That
they
nigga came through.
It was a group text. Tiff.
it doesn't matter.
Look at the top. Look at the top. It say hood bitches.
Plus
It
15.
doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I got it on my phone, bitch. I paid my bill. I'll be
So
happy
what,
about
you
everything.
got some road stuff coming up? You got some
No,
road stuff coming up? What
no.
you
Oh,
doing?
yeah. I got Thanksgiving weekend at the Kansas City Improv.
Oh, you been there before?
Have I been to KC Improv? Yeah.
Okay, that's a great room, man.
I'm excited.
That's a great room.
And this is a dope thing too. Like because of the Carmichael show and then the special, it's been like the last few has been crazy and dope. I'm like, oh damn, y'all, these are real fans of this shit. Huh?
Right.
So then it's the KC Improv. Then December 1st, the No Kid Theater, Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday show, yeah.
And then I'm in Seattle at the Parlor, 12th and 13th, and then I'm at the.
I'm there Thanksgiving weekend.
See, man, we out here working.
Yeah.
Man. Comedy Factory.
I'm just going to be putting
Baltimore?
furniture in my new house.
I'm doing Baltimore. Hopefully, I booked the movie today, and we start in December. So I don't know what
Congratulations
I
again.
got cancel or whatever.
You
but-
say you got a new crib?
Yeah, I just
So
bought
you got a roof.
Oh, no,
You
no.
got
I
a
got a
roof?
roof. I got a
She
roof.
has
The
a
roof is on
Our
fire.
house. We went and looked at it.
It's a really nice house.
Where
Like,
what part of town? Can you say?
It's hood adjacent.
Okay,
Hood
okay,
adjacent.
okay.
I'll put my roof
You
on it
gonna keep it hood, huh?
all day.
it's a
I want to show them that you
beautiful
can
home.
do nice things in the hood.
Absolutely.
And there's 8
Well, the
white
hood-
families on the
The
block.
hood's changing. The
Yeah,
hood's
it's
changing.
supposed to be white.
Adams is all bought up now.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they,
yeah. I got an apartment
Pico's
over
different
there.
now.
Mhm.
It's all different.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is- your house, it looks like a really nice. Like her house is insanely nice. Like I'm like, I don't know who do I know that. I guess I've known that in my generation comes to get a house like that yet. You might be the first one, Tiff.
Nobody.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
You
dope.
gotta let us know when the housewarming's coming.
Oh yeah, the house. Yes, you're definitely invited. I don't know if you'll show
I'm
up.
gonna show all the hood bitches. Like, look, I got a text.
Yeah.
I got a text. Tiffany invited me to a fucking housewarming.
I would love it if you came through.
I'll
That
bring
would
a
be
dish.
So dope. Yeah. Or a flower, a plant.
Got you. No, yeah, you gotta bring
bottle
something.
of Ciroc.
You gotta bring something for the house.
Yeah.
I just found out Ciroc was shitty vodka.
Really?
It is.
Yeah. I was at a party. In Beverly Hills,
Ah.
and it was open bar, right? And I go to the bar and I'm like, let me get a Grey Goose and pineapple. And the chick's like, oh no, we'll have to charge you for Grey Goose, but beer, wine, and Ciroc is free all day. And
But
I'm like,
only in white people.
so I'm like, wait. I said, so is Ciroc not a good vodka? And she was like, Ciroc. This is the white girl. Ciroc is shit.
Really?
And I'm like, Ciroc's not good vodka? And she's like, Ciroc's shit. This was Puff Daddy co-signs it. It's shit. And
I never get a hangover.
I said, that's why.
That's
It's like
good.
in the water. It's like, I said, so what's good? She was like, Grey Goose is good. Or what's the other one she said?
Even, what about 50 Cent's new vodka?
They
The
like
effing
tea-
or whatever?
They probably
probably
didn't
ain't
have
good,
that shit
nah.
yet. That shit.
Tito's-
Tito's,
that shit, I
it's
drink that.
Tito's is good.
what
Yeah,
they-
Tito's is
that's
good.
like they new thing.
But that shit give me a hangover.
That's what I was about to say. I don't. Man.
That's because it's
That's
strong
just-
shit.
That's because it's poison, though.
I
It's
think
more
the strong
poisonous.
stuff give you the headaches and all that stuff. If
That's
you
the
got-
shit
if
that
you got
it
the
has
good stuff,
more
don't do it.
I was
impurities
in
in it. No, I
Chicago.
dated a dude that made vodka. Okay, he just make moonshine and the vodka.
Wait
and
a
all that
minute.
shit.
Wait. Well, how do we gloss over this one? Please tell us the story because I know it's a funny
So-
story
so-
about your marriage.
What about it?
Just tell us, talk to us.
So yeah,
Talk
I
to
was
us.
married. I was in love. I thought he loved me. He would love me more than I loved him. He loved me more than life itself. He loved me so much he was willing to take my light out.
He didn't want her talking to no comics.
Nobody, you was there.
I remember.
This
You
is
was
crazy
there.
about it.
He was
He
scared
would
of
come
you.
in here and be like,
He was like, he
But-
thought
but
I was
Tip-
fucking you.
But Tip will tell you, this was weird about. Like I got along,
Yeah, this nigga was in our house sleeping.
like, and he was crazy. Believe me. I mean,
I guess that's
ain't
how
gonna say that.
non-threatening you are, man.
That's how, I mean, for real. Hey,
He's like he ain't no threat to the pussy.
dude, the man made me pot roast, man.
Yeah, he cooked for this
He
nigga.
made
He cooked for this
one
nigga.
of the best
'Cause he
pot
know how
roasts
much
I've
I
ever had
love
in my
Real.
life.
How much I love Real and everything.
And that's our friendship
Right.
because I don't know what dude's husband let me. I stayed at the crib.
Yeah. He made breakfast for this nigga. He got up early and made breakfast for this nigga. I was like, oh, you making breakfast for Real? Like, you don't make breakfast for me, nigga. Like, I suck some dick every day.
I'm a likable guy. You know what I mean? I let people be who they are.
He
I
was
don't,
like, Real, just
I
like
don't
me.
judge them.
He loved you insanely. We know he didn't want you talking to comics.
No, didn't want me talking to anybody.
You
really.
y'all got divorced and y'all got back together.
We got divorced. We got back together, and then I realized I didn't really like him. I still
not
love
like
him.
you didn't.
I love him. I still have love for him. Like if he died, I would cry. But if he asked me to come help him because he's stranded on the side of the road, I'd be like, nigga, get AAA. Like I wouldn't come rescue him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would never. Like if he's financially in the straits and he needs help, I'm not gonna help him. Like I'm not gonna do that. But if he needed to be buried, I would pay for that.
So you pay to get rid of him.
I pay for him to rest.
Wow.
But like,
How long were you married?
We was married for like 5 years. I guess the grand total of the whole picture, 5 years grand total. 3 years, then an ass whooping, then a divorce, then a back together, married again, then a divorce.
And you're divorced with you're married with 2 children, or
No.
I know you got 2 kids.
Got
I
2
follow you on
kids,
IG.
I'm
You always
going.
at like bouncy castles and
Yeah.
Legoland and shit.
We finalizing everything now. At,
Oh, you're going through a divorce?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's long, man.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
How long were you married?
I say 5 because I'd be like that's before we separated, but I guess you got to keep it going. So
Yeah, that's the whole time,
it's
bro.
like 7, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
But it's like shit. We've been
obligated, though.
away from each other for 3 years almost now. Yeah, because I went to New York to do Friends of the People, and that's when everything started. When I left to do Friends of the People, that's when shibbity dub was. All right, well, shibbity dub was. Let's
she
get out.
had a problem. She has a problem with your success, or
Now
what do you think it is? What do you think the riff is?
I don't want to say it so much. I mean, a lot of it could have been on me, to be honest with you. Let
me tell you something.
I gotta say this.
girlfriend.
I wish I was more mature, man. I wasn't mature enough to be a husband yet, and didn't understand everything it took to.
So you still want to be married?
No, I'm not saying.
This nigga wants to be married.
Look. Let me. This is the thing. I like being married. and I hate that I didn't.
got you.
Like, this is a good time for me to be a married dude. I love to be settled again and
No,
married.
this is not a good time for you to be married.
Yes, it is.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
He's enjoying his hoism. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, like this is the time to.
I'm not enjoying that.
He likes humping.
When
I
I
don't
was on a sitcom, Dwayne Martin told my brother one time, yo, because I had a different chick on the set every day. Dwayne Martin told my brother, yo, your brother is knocking some serious chicks down, like in LA. And my brother said, yo, he's single, he's on TV, he's supposed to be fucking everything.
Tony, you cool though. Like, I'm a lame. As much Tiffany can say all this good shit, I literally.
You're not a lame.
Number one, I'm in LA. LA is the tough. It's like the flakiest females you'll ever fucking meet.
But listen,
to me, I'm saying my experience
is
that's what it is. It's annoying. You know what I mean?
It is annoying. I give you that.
Any other city, shibbity doubles, I can get it cracking. Here, it's like I've had to learn to just chill. And the fucked up thing is, I'm cool with a lot of females, which is a bad thing about Instagram.
Right.
They see you taking pictures like, you just got all the chicks.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I went
No,
Ralph
but
be like, I have all the bitches. I have fucked all of the
'cause I
bitches.
haven't.
Look
I
at which one of
haven't.
these bitches you
That's
want?
why they still cool with me.
Right.
I'm cool with all these chicks for years because I ain't banged everybody.
Right.
I just being straight up. I haven't.
Well, you gonna have all the bitches.
Okay, so wait, let's
You
want to be married? Or?
I would love to be married and settle down again. Yes, I would. And this ain't me just saying some shit. Just because I think about it from a business standpoint of it, and it's okay with locking that shit in. I almost have a better idea of pitching whatever I think I want my world to be, and hopefully meet somebody else who cool with that shit. Like, it takes a lot to be a hoe. I want to win.
What did you said you wish you were mature enough. How were you immature in your first marriage?
A lot of ways. I think we do this. We all kind of selfish when we do what we pick. Especially the dreamers, man. Like everything always comes about all about us, right? And I think that's why I messed up, and I didn't support her like I should. I wasn't even paying attention. Sometimes I didn't give a fuck, right? Because I wanted to win. If you want to book and live in color, I kind of don't give a fuck what you complaining about right now. Because this needs to happen so we can eat. Right. And when I think about it, and me and her had this really heart to heart maybe recently, actually. And they're just like, I wish we could have just both been mature enough to do things a little differently. And
you got married young?
No, but I think no dude should get married under 30. I think you got to be 30 and I say 35, nigga.
And confident in yourself. If you're gonna get with a bitch that got dreams, that's just my point of view.
What's she trying to do?
If they got it, but they gotta be doing it. See, you doing your shit. It's a big difference. A lot of women, and this ain't no diss to nobody, but motherfuckers will pitch a good game.
Oh
but,
yeah, no,
but ain't working the shit
it's like
the same
a used car salesman. You gonna sell the shit out the car. The car ain't shit. But
and
you
I
gonna sell
think
the shit out.
that's what my husband thought I was, just pitching something like,
you've
been on TV 2 or 3 times. You ain't really. And then when he came out here, he was from Georgia, and he came out here and he realized, oh no, this bitch works every night. She gets up every day. Right. She does not sleep on her shit. She's like, because I used to be like, I'm not doing the Laugh Factory this week, but that's cool because I'm going to do this little hood spot over here. Right. I'm finna go way out into the valley over here. I'm about to drive to Lancaster and do a show over there. I'm about to go to Palmdale and do a show over there. Right. I'm finna be in Santa Monica and do this shit over here. And he's like, you're doing a baby shower? Like, who does a fucking baby shower? Me, nigga. I'm hungry. They're going to pay the light bill and my car note. He's like, you got a car note on the Geo Metro? Don't worry about it, nigga. I needed to get a loan.
No, but I asked you about that because I had a girlfriend when I first started doing stand-up. She came to the first couple of shows, started going good. Like, she came when things started going good. After the bombing, that bombing period was over, and was like, okay, I'm starting to get my legs under me. A girl after the show, like, hey, you were funny. A week later, 2 girls, like, hey, what's up? You were funny. Hey, another girl, hey, you want to buy you a drink? She was so nervous that he's going to blow up and these women are going to be coming at. She faked the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like, yo, he's gonna be.
I've done that twice.
He's gonna be gone, so I gotta get him. You know what I mean? That's why I asked you that.
Well, no, I don't think it was like that. I think literally.
She got pregnant and you got married.
This is what happened.
She got pregnant and you got married.
But let me explain it, Tiff. This is what we didn't even know she was pregnant at first. We didn't. This how she got pregnant. Us talking about.
You put your dick in her with no condom.
Us talking about getting married one night. Me and Verena was celibate. We stopped fucking for like 4 months while we was dating. Like, hey, we're gonna do this the right way, which is why sometimes I'll be like, man, maybe we was overly trying to be good people and changed. You know, if you're a strip club freak motherfucker, you can't stop that shit.
Can't change.
If you try to shake it, it's gonna fuck shit up.
Your core can't
But we
change.
tried to do the right thing. So we was literally, this is a true story. We was up talking about being married in the future and got horny and fucked. And shibbity doughboys. Brittany was there. You know
And
what
then
I mean?
I got a phone call like 2 months later. Nigga, I'm about to get married. Really? Who you about to marry?
But that's not.
But I liked her,
Let me
though,
say this.
right off the
But
top.
that's not why I did it. This ain't the fucking 50s. So it wasn't nobody calling me, you better marry my daughter. No.
Right. It wasn't a shot.
It was already in my mind to do that. And it was like, all right, well, this makes sense. It was already, literally, we already talked about it. I was like, all right, well, shibbity doughboys, it's time to do this shit the right way. Because I didn't want to have kids out of wedlock like that.
Right.
You know, so,
And look. You from a single parent?
No,
Mom and daddy?
both parents.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up with. That's why I ain't gonna. You know, people be like, I had a hard time. I had a decent childhood, man.
Yeah. I had moms and dad. I had a
Yeah.
great childhood.
It's like fucking.
I didn't grow up with- I didn't grow up with
both
much.
of y'all.
No, I grew up in the hood. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
I grew up
mamas
in the hood.
and daddies that
and
love
didn't
you
have
guys.
everything, but I had my
Man.
brothers and sisters, and
That's-
we had a
I
great.
mean,
that's all you need
that's
when you're a
dope.
kid.
That's
Is
all
like,
you
yo.
know. You don't even know about the big. That's why I be feeling bad for a lot of these young kids. They know way too fucking much. They stressing about shit because they have too much information.
Beyond their years, yeah.
I don't even remember us being poor. We was broke, but it was none of my fucking business.
My mother used to take a big ass pot and make soup and put it on the table and give us all a bowl and put the TV. We had a little 13-inch TV and put it on the table and let us watch TV while we ate soup. We thought, because we couldn't watch TV during dinner. So we thought it was the greatest thing ever. We could watch TV while we eating soup. We had no idea it's because nobody had money that fucking weekend. So we had to eat soup and watch. The TV was like a distraction from the fact like, yo, we eating fucking soup, yo. for fucking lunch and dinner. We didn't even know. We was like, yo. But because you sitting there with the people you love, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my mother and father was awesome. Like my pops like coached the little league teams around there, and like to be honest with you, like when my mom passed, when she passed, like all the neighborhood kids we grew up with just had all these amazing things to say about them. Like, man, I didn't have no money. One time I needed to ride on the bus, your mama made sure I got home, or man, I got to the. I didn't even know
grew up
half
on
that
a
stuff.
block, Decatur Street between Howard and Saratoga. 50, 60 fucking families, 20 fathers. So my dad was the block. My dad was the neighborhood dad. When my pops passed away, it was like, yo, your pops used to drive me to work every day. Yo, your pops gave me money to get a suit for a job interview. Yo, your pops used to give me newspapers to sell to try to, feed my family. Your pops he gave me the other car that y'all had. Remember the car y'all had and got the new one? He gave me that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, yo.
That's so interesting. I remember I used to be not embarrassed. You're a kid. I used to complain like, man, they always at my stuff and my siblings and supporting me. Go home. Why you always here? Because you felt bad for the kids
That didn't have
who
parents.
didn't have that shit. So these niggas make you feel bad for actually having it. Like, go home, mama.
We leaving Tiffany out. Okay. Before we wrap this up, give me your social media. Tell them where you're gonna be, what you're working on, what's coming up. Tiffany Haddish, floor is yours.
I'm Tiffany Haddish. You can catch me on the Carmichael Show, and it's Twitter Tiffany Haddish and Facebook Tiffany Haddish and Instagram Tiffany Haddish. And also you can catch me on Tyrese's new show, It's Not You, It's Men, on OWN.
It's not you, it's men.
It's not you, it's men.
It's men. Okay.
On OWN.
Who's it,
With Tyrese and Reverend Run.
Rel.
You can catch me on season 2 of the Carmichael Show. My special Relevant will be available on Hulu to watch, I think in March. And you can get it on iTunes right now. You're going to see me in a new horror film.
Nigga, you gonna die in 5 minutes.
No, I'll be alive.
No, he's going to be alive in a
I
long time.
I
in the
live.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jordan Peele, shout out. Keanu, 24th, 5th, 16.
I ain't say it. So that, and then like
What's your social media?
at Lil Rel 4 is Twitter. What's my Instagram? Comedian Lil Rel, which is what honestly, that's all you need to follow me on Instagram. I don't really do anything else but gram. I'm a grammer.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, this is Tony Rock. At Tony Rock Twitter, Tony_Rock Instagram. This is the Rock Lounge. Yo, I thank y'all for being on. This might have been the best one so far, but every week I try to top it. But this is a good one. Watch the Carmichael Show on NBC. Special coming soon. Special on Hulu. I'm Tony Rock. Next week. Peace.